When you connect to this energy, the pathways open up and the choices become available to you. And the way that you need to interpret the situation comes to you, and you're able to see that very clearly, and you're able to see the potential, and you're able to see that this is going to go your way. And then you'll be able to do all of the techniques and the practices that you need to do in order to keep that going and to get into your end, so that you can deliberately manifest it. You can deliberately be optimistic. You can be on purpose when it comes to manifesting this if you're connected to that love alignment energy. Hey guys, I just have a few things to say about this video. First of all, saddle up, because this is a longer video, and that's a very, very good thing, because this particular video is a little bit of an older video that I wasn't able to access previously because the memory card that it was on was malfunctioning. And then recently I picked up that memory card again, and then woo, it just started working. So here it is. I was also sick in this video, and I was really struggling to make this video. So if my voice sounds weird, that's why. This is a high value video, and it's going to teach you exactly how to embody these vibrations that you need to embody in order to manifest your specific person in the way that you want to manifest them. This could not be more on point, and this particular video has a lot of subtle nuances that it's pointed out. It tells you what not to do, it tells you what to do, and wait until the very end, because in the whole video I talk about love and this vibration and the energy, but in the very end is where I tell you how to actually embody that love vibration. So make sure that you're watching all the way until the end to get that part too. This video is so detailed, it's going to be the last of its kind that I'm going to release on YouTube. If you're feeling impatient as you're watching, that is simply a sign of resistance, that feeling of urgency, that feeling of not being able to focus for a long time. Those are signs that you're not actually in the vibe to manifest your specific person, because when you're in resistance, you're going to resist whatever it is that's actually going to help you manifest what you want. So I would urge you to try to relax when you're watching this. Take it all in and simply enjoy.
That's easy.
I know what it's like when you have really good intentions about manifesting someone and you love them and you want to be with them, and you just dream of this oasis, this ecstatic, blissful, joyful relationship or reunion that you want with them. But as you try to manifest it, and as you go through doing what it takes, going through the motions, applying things, you're looking for things to change, but you just end up even more frustrated and disappointed. Trust me, I've been there. I've been there many, many times, and so I have had many opportunities to learn exactly how to make it work in the right way. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to get him back with love. And the thing about this is, I don't want you to misunderstand. The only way to get your love back is with this energy of love and alignment that I'm going to talk about in this video. This is the point of every technique and every practice and every teaching in manifesting and law of attraction. But sometimes we get caught up in trying to apply correctly when we don't really realize that the only thing that needs to be correct is your vibration, the way that you feel, that you have to be stepping into this brand new reality, and your intentions have to be pure. Now, I'm not saying that you can't manifest a relationship for indecent intentions or negative intentions. You can manifest things for the wrong reasons, but eventually those wrong reasons will manifest in a noticeable way for you, to where you might end up rethinking that whole situation and how you manifested that to begin with. So what I'm talking about in this video is how to manifest a relationship with your specific person, with the person that you love and you want to be with, how to do that from a place of love, so that love is what you get back in the relationship, and we're going to talk about how to make that a regular thing that keeps on coming to you so that you don't have to beg, borrow, or steal to get it. You don't have to convince the other person or wish, hope, and pray for it. It will just come to you on its own accord because you are actually aligned with love in a way that makes it the next logical step in your life, and that makes it something very normal and natural, just like the air that you breathe or the water that you drink. One of the first things that I want to say about this is that you cannot do this without belief. Belief is the first thing that you need to have, and belief is something that when you experience it, you will feel it vibrationally. You will feel that vibrational shift. You will feel that sense of relief. That needs to happen because otherwise you're going to be trying too hard and you're going to be trying to finagle it and manipulate it and convince the universe to pop it into place for you. But the fact that you would think that you need to put that extra bit of effort, or the fact that you would have the propensity to worry about it, means that you don't believe. And so I'm not going to say nothing good can come of that. You can manifest things from a misaligned place, and you can manifest things from a place of not being completely sure. But I will tell you, the most reliable and unbelievable and true love that you are looking for comes from being in that place of love. The next thing that I want to say is, as you go about trying to manifest your specific person or your relationship, especially when you're feeling urgent and needy, and especially when you're feeling like you need something to fall into place for you, there's this automatic misunderstanding that's happening. And the misunderstanding is that you need something outside of yourself to come and comfort and soothe you and make you happy and complete, right? There's this sense of, I'm looking for something outside of me. Please hear me on this because it's really difficult to hear. But typically, when you fail a lot at this, typically you're more willing to be open to new ideas and suggestions, right? When you want love and you're feeling like you need that love or interaction or attention or that relationship, you feel like you need that and you want it so much to the point that you're feeling unhappiness without it, that means that you are not connected to love. Love can be used interchangeably to describe alignment. Alignment and love are the same thing. But, when we're talking about relationships, it's much easier to define and understand that alignment. Suddenly, alignment is a lot more digestible, right, and relatable when you talk about it in terms of love. So here's the thing about you not being connected first, to the point where you feel a need or a desperation or a wanting for something outside of you to connect you, right? To reconnect you. It's not that you need something to come along and fulfill you. It's not that you need something to come and be a part of your life. The reason why you feel like you need that is because you're not connected. Now, since you're not connected, you're also convinced that you don't have what you want. You're convinced that your circumstantial situation is impossible or difficult, or that somehow by that circumstance love is not happening to you. Love is not coming to you. When you connect with love and alignment, first of all, that is the only way that you can be unconditional. Unconditional love is the only true type of love that is. Everything else is an incomplete misunderstanding of love. So think about it. When you want something, you cannot be unconditional. When you feel like you need something in return, you cannot be unconditional. Unconditional love is something really, really difficult to grasp in practice or even in theory, because it's really difficult to understand how you can love something or someone without them having to do anything that makes you feel good. But here's how you can understand it. When there is nothing that is needed in order for you to feel good, because you always have access to your ability to connect to alignment and love. And that is exactly what manifesting and law of attraction is about. If you don't want to do the vibrational work and you go to techniques and meditations and scripting and whatever these other techniques are, those are fine as long as they help you connect to that vibration. But if you practice these techniques and they are empty or void of the vibration, that is actually the point and the manifesting part, the part that makes it come to fruition. If you do these techniques without that, you will get opposite results. And so if you've ever gotten opposite results in your life, that is why, because there's this trying to obtain something void of the energy necessary to obtain it. And it's a conditional sense of trying to manifest. So you're like, I want this thing, so I will do this in order to get this thing. That's conditional. So the way that you can be unconditional is connect, and there's many ways to connect, right? There's many processes, techniques, meditation type stuff. Those things are used in order to connect to the energy. But you can also use them to try to obtain something and completely forget about connecting. So when you truly actually do a practice within yourself with the intention of connecting to the energy, that is when you will move into unconditional love. Because if the goal and the reward is to move into that energy and fully feel it and embody it and connect to it and see through those eyes, those rose-colored glasses, if that is the goal and the reward, that can never be taken from you, no matter what. And then that is how you become unconditional, by valuing your connection and focusing fervently on establishing that, but also on sustaining that. That will never be taken from you, and therefore whatever happens outside of you will not throw you off and will not be able to make you unconditional. Because when you connect to love, it is true, or alignment, love, it is true that love is unconditional in the sense that it sees things completely differently, right? You're looking through a completely different universe, a completely different dimension. The rules are different. Your perspective is different. Your capabilities are different. The way that you look at the story is different. So the whole story changes when you look through the eyes of love. This is why love transcends and transforms everything. Love is patient, love is kind, not because love is tolerant and not because love is ignoring something, but because when you look through the eyes of love, because you're connected to it truly, you will be under the influence of love, and the influence of love is a different reality entirely. So what you're doing is you're connecting to that energy, and then you're in this reality called love, and it looks the same, and yet your experience of what's here is completely different. You're in a different reality. You will experience in a different reality. But the options available to you and the choices available to you will change, and they will be different, and you will see things that you never saw before. You will see potentialities and possibilities that you never saw before, and you'll have inspirations to act that you never had before. And suddenly you'll be able to act in love unconditionally, and instead of being bothered by it in the end, you'll feel really good about it and you'll want to keep doing it because this connection is what is important. Now, what makes it difficult for people is before they have figured out how to connect and how to connect on purpose and how to connect again and again and how to connect in any circumstance or any situation. Because when you feel distressed and disappointed, you focus on what's happening and you don't drop it. And what you have to do is you have to be able to drop those things in order to connect to energy, right? Connect to the love alignment energy. You have to drop your thoughts, because the thoughts will come up and they will say, yeah, but this, and yeah, but that, and look at that, and look over there. And it's like, that will completely distract you from the connection that you're trying to make. So that's why in my 7-step program, the first thing that I teach you guys is answer mode, and that teaches you how to drop your thoughts. And I have people focus on that for weeks until they achieve this vibrational shift where they've dropped all those thoughts and then they're able to connect. Maintenance is important, and here's a trick or secret or whatever that I've noticed about maintenance that not everybody is putting into practice. Now, one of the things that I always say is reinforcement is like one of the most important things, because if you don't reinforce, you will inevitably lose your vibrational position that you worked so hard for. So here's the thing about reinforcement, and in order to stay connected so that you don't get disconnected from this energy and then you have to figure it out all over again. So what needs to happen, or what ends up happening, is when we feel okay, we make less effort to connect because we feel okay. But when you feel okay, you will end up getting, I guess, sloppy, and you, without even realizing it, you take part in habits and points of focus that will throw you off from this love, appreciation, gratitude, alignment focus. You don't even really notice that it's happening. And that's the thing about things that throw you off, is a lot of them you don't notice. So by the time that you do notice it, you're in trouble. So what needs to happen with reinforcement is that you find ways to, number one, change your habits, change your personality, like your typical trains of thought and the things that you typically entertain. You change all those things, and then you add these habits and patterns that will keep reconnecting you on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis, or things that you do throughout the day. So there are changes that need to be made once you're under the influence of love in order to maintain that influence of love. Now, what does this all have to do with attracting your specific person, manifesting him back, getting him back no matter what's happened in your situation, no matter what he said in your relationship? If you messed up, he messed up, doesn't matter. What's this got to do with that? Absolutely everything. Everything, because what I'm telling you right here, you don't have to think about your specific person or the person that you want in order to manifest them back. What's important is that you connect with this energy of love, and then those things, like how that's going to happen, will become clear. If you're noticing that we're not talking about the specific person a lot, that is on purpose. That is done on purpose, because you're only going to think about them a lot when you're feeling that needy, desperate, wanting energy. So we're not doing that in this video. We are already practicing figuring out how to align with that energy, connect with that energy that is actually going to put you in a position where you can be in a reality called unconditional love. And unconditional love will solve all of your problems and bring you all of your lovers and all of the rest of the things that you want. That is the truth. Now, How would you do that? Like I said, there's many, many, many ways to do this, but you are looking for a feeling that comes from inside of you, a feeling that makes your head be quiet, that makes you quiet yourself from the inside, something that makes you not want to talk back to the universe, something very humble, something that does not need to move or to speak or to dwell in a memory or to beg for the future. You're looking for something that is a deep stillness. And humble, the word humble describes it very nicely. You're looking for something, a feeling inside of you that suddenly doesn't need anything because you feel this deep sense of peace and completion and trust. So whatever does that for you is what you need to go for. But remember, when you're doing these techniques and practices, that you're doing them to connect and not to try to get something. Because if you do it to try to get something, you will not get what you want. You will get the opposite results. If you do it for the purpose of getting familiar with this connection so that you can hold it because you love to be connected, when you allow yourself to get familiar to the point to where you can put your finger on what that is, and you can put your finger on how to return to it, and you do that because you really enjoy that, the vibration is the goal and the reward. That is when, if you keep doing that, you will absolutely manifest what you want with your specific person, with the person that you want. And any history between you will be history, which means it will not matter at all, because now you exist in this unconditional love reality. And that is the only way for you to manifest the true, deep, real love situation and vibration that you want. If this helped you at all, make sure that you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button so that you get notifications every time I come out with a new video. If you are still struggling to manifest your specific person, trust me, I get it. Don't hesitate. Hop over to my coaching group for continual reinforcement and support. I go live every single weekend with new content, and this weekend we're starting the Manifesting Baddie course so that you can learn to manifest your specific person like a baddie. Don't miss it. That link is going to be in the pinned comment below or in the description. I'll see you in the next video.
That's easy.